All right, then I'm going to pass out this worksheet here. And I'm going to give a little presentation, and then your job will be to, I got 10 terms down there, and I'm going to want you guys to fill it in with, in your own words, the definitions of those. And then you're going to be turning that in for a grade at the end, and we're also going to have a quiz, so make sure you know what you're writing down and take it in a little bit. Okay, so the first one we have is acid rain, and that's precipitation, so rain, sleet, hail, snow. It comes in all those forms, and it's any of those that contain high levels of sulfur oxides or nitrous oxides, and it comes from moisture in the air. And so just try to put a definition in your own words. Okay, and the next one we have here is air pollution. Basically dirty air that causes discomfort, disease, death. It could any to humans, animals, organisms. Air pollution can be anything. It can be like smog, like in cities, like you'll have factories and they'll be blowing up all the smog. And like I'm from LA originally, and you come out here and you get this clear skies. Like back where I'm from, the air is always dirty because we have a lot of cars with the polluting the air all the time. We got the factories and all kinds of stuff like that. Asbestos. This is a fire-resistant mineral found in building materials. In the late 90s, it was a big thing that they added because it soundproofed a lot of buildings. It was fire-resistant, so it was, in their minds, a good idea. But then a lot of buildings still have it, and now we're starting to realize that there's side effects to long-term exposure to asbestos, such as tumors, cancer. It can be a very dangerous thing if you have too much exposure to it. A decibel. It is a unit to measure the sound intensity. And so right here we have a little graph, and it says, according to government research, the safe exposure limit is 85 decibels. And so on here you just have like a little list of some things that we might recognize in the decibels. So raindrops are 40 down here, and then like a gunshot or fireworks are 140. And then, as they say, 85 is the safe thing to have. But yet an iPod, which I know I've seen all you guys listen to iPods before, an iPod at peak volume is 115, which is causing damage to your ear. So decibel is something important to know about. Noise pollution. It's loud noises in the environment that are displeasing or excessive noise that may disrupt the balance or the activity of life. Noise pollution can be anything. It can be like we're hearing their heater in the background, like over stuff. It can be your iPod. It can be construction going on. pesticide up here in North Dakota. We have a big farming community, and a lot of times to protect their crops, they'll use pesticides, which is any substance that is used to kill or control unwanted growth from organisms. With pesticides, there are health factors if they're not used right, if there's too much exposure to them. It can cause simple things like simple irritation of the skin and eyes, and then there can also be more severe effects, such as the nervous system or causing hormones to act differently, reproductive problems, and even cancer. The next one we have is radiation, which is the transmission of energy through a space or a medium. Radiation comes in a lot of different forms. You get radiation off of your cell phone. You get radiation from microwaves. These are just everyday objects. Radiation can cause damage to living things at the cellular and genetic level. How many of you know somebody who has had cancer and gone through chemotherapy? They use radiation in chemotherapy, and they use it to kill off a certain type of, they try to kill off the cancer, the cells, through the radiation. And then recycling is the next one, which is a big thing for environmental health. The process of reforming or breaking down waste products to their basic components so that they can be used again. Recycling is something that a lot of times we don't do a whole lot of, and it can be very harmful to the environment. I brought in some different objects right here that a lot of times, I'm sure you guys have seen in the streets laying around, people have left them. We got plastic, we got glass, and we got paper, and all of these are recyclable materials. So it's important that we go and we recycle them, take them to, like as we have right here, the designated recycle bins. They're usually labeled, you know which one to put it in. You're helping to save the environment when we're doing that. Solid waste, which is substances such as trash, unwanted objects, litter that threaten the environment. As you see here, this is like a big trash dump. And basically, if we're not recycling these materials that we have right here, or anything else like that, it basically gets thrown in big trash dumps, set up where we just pile it under the earth and leave it there, which is not healthy for the earth, not healthy for anyone. Then we have water pollution, contamination of water. You have a little picture here. It's kind of funny, but it's like a fish and he's sick with all the trash here. Growing up around the ocean, this was a big problem because along the beach, you'd have miles and miles of people would come there, they'd have lunch, and they'd leave their trash. And then the tide rises and goes down, and many times they would take trash with them. But we see this everywhere in lakes and all kinds of stuff. People may be out partying, leave their beer cans down there, or just trash in the lake, and then it gets in the water. And this affects wildlife, this affects the cleanliness of the water. I mean, eventually it could become our drinking water, so you want to make sure you're not leaving your trash around there. And then so I'm just gonna have you guys get in a little group and just discuss your different definitions that you guys put down in your own words, and each of the terms that we went over. and then we're gonna divide you guys into a group, and we're gonna play a little game. We're gonna divide the class into 2 groups, and you're gonna have to come up here, you'll choose somebody from your group, and you'll have to spell the word and then write the definition, and you'll get a point for each. And the winning team is gonna get extra credit on the quiz that we'll take after that. So if you guys wanna group up and just go over that for a little bit.
For acid rain, had participation that contains high sulfur and high ammonium nitrate oxide.
Yeah, for air pollution, I put bad air filled with pollutants that cause harm to living organisms.
For asbestos, I put fire-resistant building material that is cancerous.
Decibel, I put a unit of measurement for sound.
Noise pollution is loud noises in the environment that are displeasing and dangerous.
Put pesticides, any substance used to control growth of various organisms may also cause cancer.
Radiation is the transmission of energy through a space or medium.
Recycling, the process of reforming or breaking down products to be reused in a new form.
Solid waste, that's garbage that goes to the landfill.
For water pollution, I put basically when water becomes contaminated through various objects.
Alright, I'd agree with most of your answers, so.
I agree too.
Okay, so we'll just divide it down the middle here. We'll just have Brad and Dustin, Brad's team versus Dustin's team. And so we'll have Brad hold a number 1 or 2 behind my back to go first. 1. It's 2, so that means Dustin's team will go first. So Dustin, if you want to come up to the board. And so the first one we're going to give you is radiation. She'll get 1 point for spelling it right, and then we'll give you a point for the definition.
My spelling skills are coming into use. Very good, but
It doesn't have to be word for word, just something close enough so I understand you know the meaning of the word. Okay. You got the spelling right? So give you be careful there. We'll give you 1 point for the spelling and 1 point for the definition. Nice work. Team Dustin's off to a little lead. Now Brad, if you want to step up here,
We'll try.
see if you can tie it up for the team. And we're going to give you water pollution. so we got 1 point for spelling it right. And does that definition look right, class? Yep, you got the definition right. And he tied it up. So now we're back up to Team Dustin. And your term we're gonna give you is pesticide. So we got the spelling right, and then his definition, how does that look, class? Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs up, yep, you got that right. And so Team Dustin's back in the lead. And then Team Brad, you're back up. And your word is gonna be decibel. Decibel. Now does the spelling look right up there? No. Decibel does not have an A in there. That's the one you missed. And then does the definition look right? Yeah, okay, so we'll give him 1 point for the definition. So Team Dustin's back in the lead. Team Dustin, can you come up here for your last word? And asbestos. And the definition? Okay, and how does the spelling look? Did he miss it? Just missing an S right here. And the definition, does that look right, class? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Yep, we're gonna give it to him. So he gets 1 point for that. And then with the last word, Team Brown's got a chance to tie it up.
I wasn't thinking. I choked it away. This is both like.
And the last word is recycling.
You can do it, Brad.
Is he gonna step up for his team right now and tie it up? Okay, does the spelling look right? So we have 1 point for the spelling. And the definition, the process of reusing of material. Thumbs up, thumbs down, class? Okay. And so that leaves us with a tie. So it's gonna come down to a bonus question. Now since Team Dustin won the toss and got to go first, Brad, I'm gonna leave this up to you. It's gonna be a 1 question. You get it right, your team wins. You get it wrong, Team Dustin wins and gets the extra credit on the quiz. Do you wanna take it or do you wanna give it to Dustin?
I will let Dustin have it.
Okay. Now we went over in the slideshow and the word decibel, the government says over this amount can be harmful for your ears. What was that number?
60.
60? The number was 85. Team Brad, you're gonna get the extra credit points on the quiz. So if you guys just wanna pass up the terms and the definitions that you guys filled out for credit. And then I'll ask you guys to just take out a piece of paper. Write your name on it, and then just number 1 through 5. And so I'm gonna give you 5 of the terms. You guys are gonna have to write them down and give it the best definition you can in your own words. The first word is pesticide. Okay, get your last thoughts down on that. The second word, going along with these materials, recycling. third word, radiation. And the fourth word, asbestos. And the final word, decibel. Okay, and then if you were on Team Brad, you can put a +2 next to your name, and you guys can pass those up. So today was just a little intro into environmental health. We went over some key terms, discussed how they affect the environment and our health and animals' health, the environment's health. This was just a little intro. We're gonna go more in depth into some of the specific items we discussed today in the next few lessons. So have a nice day, class.